What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr.Dugas, man, coming at y'all with another live Q&A. Man, I greatly apologize to everyone, man. I know I'm like an hour late, yo. I actually suffered a little minor injury where I had to go to the doctor and stuff, man. But I'm good, man. I'm okay, man. I'm ready to roll, man. Sorry I'm late again, man. Try hopefully I won't have to do nothing like that happen again. What's up, Sergeant Gibby? Appreciate you tuning into the live again. What's up, boys from D? Appreciate you tuning into the live, man. Once again, everybody, hey, y'all go check out Boys from D channel, man. LSU fan, LSU content, yo. Y'all check them out, yo, and it's about that time, yo. What's up, Sir Nando 27? I'm doing good, yo. Had a little minor scare, a little injury, but I'm all right now. I'm here. What's up, Malik Baker? Appreciate you tuning into the live and following me like always, yo. Let's see. Braves going to get that win streak again. Yeah, man. It was frustrating with the game yesterday. Uh, but you can't win them all. You can't win them all, man. Hopefully we get back on track this week. And yes, I will be going to the LSU Georgia Southern game this Saturday evening, yo. So if you going to the game, man, y'all let me know. Y'all come holler at me, man. I'll be out there, yo. I'm very approachable, easy to talk to, yo. If you come holler at me, yo. What's up, James Wade? Appreciate you tuning into the live feed, man. Like always, appreciate it. Let's see what you think about Kelvin Joseph, homie. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, man. You know that when we lose such a highly touted player, but with today's day and age, man. I mean, when you're a very talented guy and you believe that you belong on the football field, you're gonna have to move around to get somewhere to play, especially for his situation because you got a guy like Derek Stingley Jr. who came in and took a starting spot, a guy that's like younger than him. So I understand it, man. He going to Kentucky, which I think he gonna do great things over there at Kentucky, man. With Mark Stoops' defense, yo. He's a very talented corner, man. It's just that LSU we DBU for a reason, yo. So we got talented corners everywhere, and he wasn't one of the top though. So I wish him well, though, man. I wish him well, yo. Let's see. Jerry Blemons ruined it because he was a part of the relief pit. Yeah, it was bad, man. Another thing, man, as great as the bullpen has been lately for our Braves, man, Swarzak just really struggling to throw strikes, man. Like I remember when we first we first put him out there. I'm like, why is we even putting him out there, yo? I understand you don't want to pitch Luke Jackson, Chris Allen, Shane Green, and Mark Melanson every game. You want to keep them a little fresh for whenever the postseason get here. But it's like, bruh, like, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it's just one of those that, you got to understand we ain't going to win all 162 games. We still in good position, 5.5 game lead in the division. And I think we get back on track going up to take on the Blue Jays, yo. And yeah, it was good to see. It was good to see Dansby Swanson back in the lineup, man. I really thought he had hit a home run his first at bat, man. It's crazy that none of the balls could have get out in that ballpark at Coors Field, man. I don't want to take nothing away from the Rockies, man. They played well, they pitched great, but it just seemed like we was tired, yo. It just seemed like we was just ready to get this game over with since we knew we was only out there for one game to go on up to Toronto, yo. It was just a weird situation, man. What's up, Brian Tennis Stadium? Nah, man. Fortunately, I ain't died, man. I'm good. I know. I just little nicked up, man. Got a little nicked up. Let's see. That Florida versus Miami game was just bad. The terrible offense. Yeah, it was, man. It was entertaining because it was back and forth. It was nip and tuck, and you didn't know like it's like part of me. I felt like my Florida was going to win the game because I'm watching this game. I'm like, yo, Florida is better. It's just that Felipe Frank's just not very good, man. And it's unfortunate for him because the way he finished last season, I was looking like, all right, maybe he gonna take a little step this year. Everybody know how I feels about Dan Mullen and Ty Grantham over there in Florida, and I think Florida has a shot in the SEC East, which I still do think. I mean, he could play, he could improve, but I don't think it was a good first game for him, especially considering the fact, man, when he finally make a play, he all up in the camera talking about, yeah, man, this is what I do and this and that, and like, man, come on, bro, we played terrible. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, both offensive lines didn't look good. Which is good for LSU because hopefully LSU could get after them whenever we play. But I mean, they have talent over there. They got a talented defense. They got a talented secondary. If they just learn how to stop grabbing people while the ball in the air. It's the first game, so I don't want to be too harsh on them. But they happy they got the win. But I, Franks is the weak link of that. Franks and the offensive line are the weak links of that Florida team, yo. What's up, Marquise W? Appreciate you tuning into the live again. What's happening, fam? What are your thoughts on this clowny speculation? That's a great question, man. I'm seeing now like the Miami Dolphins are actually getting them on them also, yo. I'm not. I would like to have him. I would really like to have him on this team. Obviously, he's a proven pass rusher. He could get after the quarterback. I'm just worried about what we would have to give up to get him, man. I don't want to. I seen reports that Big V. Yeah, Big V is cool if we have to give up Big V, but they saying we might have to give up Nelson Aguilar. Like I don't. And I get it. I know we may not re-sign Aguilar, especially with this $9 million. And it's one of those things that if we get him, I'm gonna be happy. But right now it's like I kind of like the way the team is right now, man. I feel like it's just I just worry, man, because I think Derek Barnett could get the job done as the defensive end opposite of Brandon Graham. Obviously, if he's out there, yo. I just don't want to give up no more draft picks, man, and I don't want to give up none of these receivers, you know, going into the season, yo. But we're gonna see. Obviously, if we get him, it'll be good. It'll be cool. I like having him. I am a little concerned too because I do believe he's more of a 3-4, stand up rush in as opposed of a 4-3 putting his hand in the ground, rushing the passing, which the type of defense that Jim Schwartz has. Now I know we played a wide nine, so he'll get the chance to rush out a lot. But I mean, if we get him, cool. I'm just a little concerned with what we gotta get him, though. Let's see. Philip Frank still doesn't get it. He doesn't, man. And what gets me, man, is that he had this one drive where he looked it all right. He looked it good. He made a nice, great throw to the seam. He rushed in for the score and stuff like that. But I'm like, bro, you ain't. He all in the camera. Yeah, man, this is what I do. Y'all gonna respect me or whatever he was saying. And I'm just looking at him like, bro, like you said, that let me know he don't get it. Like he don't get it, bro. You ain't in no position to be sitting here and really flexing your chest after playing mediocre, against a team that you should have beat. You feel me? If they don't improve, there is just no way they can beat LSU or Georgia. I agree, man. Cause like LSU and Georgia gonna get after the quarterback, man. And unlike Miami, man, LSU and Georgia have quarterbacks that, now I'm not gonna say Jambalaya Joe Burrow is as good as Jake Fromm, but I feel like he a solid quarterback, yo. So if he goes out there and he stinks up the joint like that against us, then yeah, I believe LSU and Georgia will get at him, yo. You mean to tell me Manny Diaz went from being an ESPN highlight producer to the head coach? That was pretty interesting, man. I didn't know he was all that. I didn't know that neither, yo. Shout out to him, man. I never knew he used to work for ESPN in behind the scenes, man. Yeah, that was a pretty cool story that they threw out there on Saturday, yo. But that go to show you, man. Like if you put in the time, man, like That is amazing considering the history of that program, man. The history of the Miami Hurricanes is it lets you know either that Manny Diaz is just really an inspiration to everybody, or it lets you know like Miami hit hard times, man. Like when Miami hit hard times, man, where it's like any one of us could have put an application in and at least got an interview. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. Manny Diaz is going to be a great coach in a couple of years. You know, it's a good start for him. It's a promising start for him. He had that football team very competitive. I just think his offensive line didn't do him any favors, man. Now I know Florida has a good defense, has a good rush, good secondary, and all that, but Miami offensive line was just putrid, man. I think their young quarterback hung in there and played tough considering the circumstances, considering the fact that he ain't had nobody out there protecting him. You know, so yeah, it's a good start for Manny Diaz, even though they lost the game, yo. Your thoughts on any upsets in the first week of college football? That's a good question. Nah, I don't think there'll really be any, yo. Really the only big game this week really is is Auburn and Oregon. Everybody else is basically playing teams that they should beat. So I think Auburn is going to beat Oregon. So if you want to call that an upset, since the rankings, I think Oregon is 11 and Auburn is 16. But I think Auburn over Oregon because I think Auburn defensive front gonna get after Justin Herbert. Only game that I kind of consider somewhat of an upset is I think Auburn gonna knock off Oregon. But besides that, I mean, I think all the favorites pretty much gonna do what they're supposed to do. What's up, Mary Tukis Martell? I know I'm probably saying your name wrong. I apologize, my friend. Appreciate you tuning in. And actually, you're not late, yo. I actually started an hour late this week. I had a little minor injury that forced me to come a little later than I wanted to, and I apologize to everybody once again for that. But yeah, we here. What's up, Irish Panther? Appreciate you tuning into the live again, my friend. Also, what are your thoughts on EJ Williams, Alabama native, committing to at Clemson? They stole another Alabama receiver. That's crazy. Yeah, that's a good gift for Clemson, yo. Especially after seeing how Justin Ross just took them apart last year, man. I mean, part of it is Dabo is doing a great job recruiting, and Dabo went to Alabama, so Dabo has a few ties in that state, and kind of like how Nick Saban is with Louisiana players. But Alabama is pretty deep at receiver also, yo. So you can't get everybody. So they got all the guys they got now. But yeah, man, Dabo doing a wonderful job over there, man. Dabo is a thorn in Alabama side right now, yo. What's up, John Smith? Appreciate you tuning into the live. Did you already talk about Luck and my Titans being AFC favorites? No, I haven't gotten on Andrew Luck yet, man. That was just an absolute shocking story, yo. Man, that was surprising, yo. In a way, I'm glad he did it before the fantasy drafts that I had, but it just goes to show you, man. It's like on one end, as an NFL fan, I'm bummed because he's such a great young quarterback. But at the same time, you gotta appreciate him standing up for what he feel, yo. If a lot of us, we speculate, we talk crazy, but we don't know what these guys got to go through on a daily basis when they rehabbing injuries, man. Like me, I just had a little injury, man, and I got to push everything back an hour. So I can imagine these guys just with serious injuries, rehabbing, and just the constant stress and feeling the pressure, feeling like you gotta go out there every week and perform, not only play, but play at an elite level, yo. The only little issue I have with it is I think his timing was kind of bad. I felt like that's a situation where, you know, I get it. He came into the season healthy and then he had another injury. I felt like what he could have done was, just came out and said, look, y'all, I'm tired of getting injured. This is my last season. After this season, I'm going to retire. I'm going to give it all I got for this one last season, and then I'm going to call it quits, yo. So, that's the only thing I felt like maybe he could have done better. But, I don't really have an issue with him, man. I don't have an issue with him, doing what he felt like he had to do for his body, man. It's like I said, it's very surprising, very shocking, yo. But I still don't think your Titans are the AFC South favorites though. I apologize, man. I still don't think, man. Man, I mean they have a chance, but I don't know, man. I think I'd prefer Jacksonville over them right now, man. I'm sorry, I'm just not a huge believer in Marcus Mariota, man. I think Jacksonville, that defense, then them adding a guy like Josh Allen, I think Jacksonville has a shot to get back up there. I mean, they was in the AFC Championship just 2 years ago, and now they got better quarterback play. I think they're gonna have a motivated Leonard Fournette. I think a guy like D.D. Westbrook is in for a big season. I think he's like a sleeper if any of you play fantasy. Um, yeah, Lola. Yeah, I like Jacksonville, man. But Andrew Luck is pretty surprising. It's pretty shocking. It's crazy because I was watching the Miami Florida game when I seen that news, man, and I kind of missed a little bit of that game in the third quarter to try to get a video in. But I just wish him well, man. Prayers for him. He took a lot of courage to do what he felt like he had to do for his health. He's married. He has a baby on the way. He doesn't want to be one of these guys. Years from now, barely could walk, barely could move, and he's trying to raise a kid. He's made enough money, I'm sure he's a smart guy. He went to Stanford. And if you just hear him speak, he's just very intelligent and cerebral. So he's gonna have other opportunities out there. So shout out to him. I mean, it's just unfortunate for the Colts fans, but I don't think they should have booed a man neither. I just thought that was a bit much. But I understand the frustration where it's like, bro, we this close to the season, but I mean, it life happens, man. Like, what if he would have went out there, got hurt week one and been out for the year? So yeah, I mean, you can't really get too mad at that, upset with that, man. Let's see. Miami impressed me. Just need to get the O line fixed. And Florida, I think they be just as good as last year. I think they had a rough game. Yeah, like I don't want to get on Florida too much because it was the first game. But at the same time, I think with Felipe Franks, man, to be honest, what worries me a little bit more than his play, camera running his mouth. That just showed me a lot of immaturity. If you was out there balling, if you had like 4 touchdowns and 300 yards, and y'all was blowing this team out, then I could I could understand you, flaunting a little bit and flexing a little bit, but you wasn't having a good game, man. And so that concerns me that mentally he ain't really there yet to really be a consistent leader for this program that Florida fans are expecting to compete with Georgia for the SEC East this season. And yeah, Miami impressed me also. They're better than I thought they would be, man. I really like that tight end Jordan they had. He's just very athletic and a nice matchup problem. Defensively, they got some players, man. They got some real good talent on the defensive side of the ball. It's just with them is the offensive line, but then at the same time, I think the starting tackles were freshmen. So, the left tackle I know for sure that kept getting beat was a freshman. So you would assume that he gonna be better over time. So yeah, Miami has a decent chance. Houston might beat Oklahoma. I thought about that one. That's an intriguing matchup, but I don't think they do. If they still had Ed Oliver over there, maybe he could be a little disruptive up front. Now, what does give them a little bit of a chance is the fact with Dana Holgerson, they could Houston gonna put up some points, but in Oklahoma doesn't defense basically is like air. And Jalen Hurts, at Alabama, he struggles a little bit when you force him to be a pocket passer, but I think Oklahoma overcome, man. I think Oklahoma. Then they at home, so I think if this was at a neutral site or something like that, then maybe. But I think Oklahoma will get it done, yo. What's up, Donnie Beck? Appreciate you tuning into the live feed. Appreciate it. You heard about the Miami Hurricanes OC throwing the QB under the bus. Tom Brady would have struggled behind that O line. Yeah, man, I did see that, man, and I completely disagree with that, yo. Um, I think that's just a situation, man, where they know it's a lot of expectations over there at Miami. Yeah, they trying to sell the fan base on like obviously Miami should take a moral victory in this game. We all know, man, they're not the program they used to be. But Manny Diaz coming in, he's a new coach. He's trying to spark up the program. This OC trying to spark up the program. So they want to make everybody think like, oh, we expect to win at Miami. We that was just a bad performance by the quarterback. But man, I mean, let's be honest. Like you said, Tom Brady, all everybody would have struggled behind that offensive line, man. The guy ain't had no time to throw the ball, man. I believe that freshman QB played well. My opinion, I think he played pretty solid. He showed a nice arm, some nice accuracy. He made some good throws. He got a little bit of mobility, and he's young. I believe he played well. The OC, I think they're just trying to sell the fan base that we expect to win every game we go out there and play. So I mean, I think that's what that's all about, yo. What's up, Patricia Wilborn? Appreciate you tuning into the live feed. Let's see. I do think that Liberty has a chance against Syracuse. It's a Liberty that ain't a bad team. I don't know about that one, man. Syracuse got a pretty good team, yo. Syracuse, yeah, like they're a good team, man. I think Syracuse got a chance to beat Clemson this year at home, yo. Now I don't think they're gonna beat them, but I think Syracuse could give Clemson a real scare this season. They actually beat Clemson a couple of years ago when they had knocked Kelly Bryant out of the game. But and like I said, every week, every year, week one, there is some type of monumental upset that nobody expects to see, nobody expects to happen. So you're right. It may be an upset that I'm like, whoa, yo, I didn't see this one coming. But just off of the top of my head, looking at the matchups with the top tier teams, um, the only one I could see, which is kind of not even a big upset to me, I think Auburn to knock off Oregon. But we'll see. You may be right, yo. But I think Houston definitely has a shot if the game goes a certain way. If they make it a shootout type of game, I'm very interested to see how Jalen Hurts looking at Oklahoma's system, yo. And how much he's developed as a passing quarterback. Because we all know Lincoln Riley is like basically like the little college quarterback guru now. We need these wins versus not very good teams. Yeah, we do. We got what, two with the Blue Jays. We got a 3 game set with the White Sox. I think we can play the Blue Jays again after that, I think. So yeah, we gotta win, man. It was so crazy. The Braves, we go on this long winning streak, but then we can't really gain no ground because now the Nationals decide on a winning streak. So it's like that's pretty frustrating, man. But I tell you what, I like where the Braves are at, yo. If we win this division and we finish with the second best record in the NL, I'd much rather play in a divisional round series, the Cardinals or the Cubs or somebody like that, than to end up playing the Nationals. I think the Nationals are a real threat to the Dodgers if they playing that NLDS series, yo. With pitchers with Scherzer back and Strasburg and Carbon and the way they swinging the bat right now, the Nationals could put a little fear in the Dodgers, yo. So I kind of like where we at, in the standings. I don't want to see a 90. Yeah, you right, yo. Me neither. What's up, Davis Full for? Appreciate you tuning into the live. How do you think Russell Wilson will do? I think he gonna do solid. I think he gonna do what he do, yo. I think Tyler Lockett is in for a very big season with them. Basically normally going up in the slot. He's kind of missing some weapons, man. He need DK Metcalf back. He need more back. I think the running game gonna be solid with Chris Carson and Rashad Penny. But Russell Wilson gonna do what he do, man. He's a great quarterback. He got a good arm, good touch on his throws. He's very smart. So I think Russell Wilson gonna be pretty solid this season, yo. We are stocked at Bama, no worries here. We have who we need. You're right, yo. Y'all got a lot of talent over there, man. I can't deny it, man. But the thing about that is, yo, like when you too stacked at a position, you can't get another guy. So Alabama, all right, talent wise, man. I wouldn't worry about them losing out on people. But that is a good get for Clemson, though, getting another receiver from Bama. The thing about Auburn is that they got some of the best coordinators in the country. If Gus would just stop being a control freak and let them do their jobs, they would be so more and more consistent. I agree, man. Gus, this a hot seat year for Gus, yo. Um, like last year, I know they destroyed Purdue in that bowl game, but Auburn did not have a good year at all last season, yo. They got a big game to start the season, man. I think they go up against an Oregon team that has arguably, one of the top three quarterbacks in the country. An Oregon team that's coming in hot that some people really believe can win the Pac-12 this season. Is at a neutral site, which I mean, the fact that it's in Arlington, Texas, you could say there's gonna be more Auburn fans than Oregon fans over there. Um, I'm gonna have to check that game out on tape delay because I'm gonna be at the LSU game Saturday during, and I think LSU game and the Auburn Oregon game start at the same time. So I'm gonna have to check that game out probably when I'm gonna record it and probably check it out when I get back. But yeah, you right, yo. This is a big year. If any year he sits back and lets his coaches do their jobs, this is the year, yo. And for Auburn, they gotta win that game. If they win that game, they'll feel a little good about themselves. Getting ready for SEC play. But they lose that game, man. Them people, Auburn fans are gonna just, just gonna really make that seat hotter and hotter and hotter, yo. Trevor Lawrence is where I'm from. That's what City has to offer. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, yo. Shout out to shout out to Trevor Sunshine Lawrence, man. That's a big time quarterback, man. I think he gonna be one of the best quarterback prospects in the NFL in a while, yo. Whenever he comes out next season, yo. Yeah, he big time. Though. I like Trevor Lawrence, yo. They play Thursday night against Georgia Tech also, so I'm gonna have to check them out Thursday. Tom Brady faces back crying. I take it you don't like Tom Brady, man. Gus is definitely on the hot seat. Then just watch Urban cry. He go to Harvard. Urban is a quitter. That would be something if Urban went to Auburn, man. But I don't know. I feel like I do believe Urban Meyer will coach again. By the way, I think Urban gonna end up like I feel like Clay Helton. His seat is very very hot at USC. I think he probably gets let go by USC at the end of the year. I wouldn't be surprised to see Urban Meyer end up at USC next season, yo. Being USC head coach, cause I don't know. I don't think Urban Meyer want any part of that SEC West, man. I don't think he want any part of that SEC West. I think, and then the way the Pac-12 is down right now, Urban Meyer goes over there. Instantly Urban Meyer is going to get a lot of them talented players from California to go to USC. You know he got ties in Florida. You know he got ties in the Midwest. I think if Urban Meyer go to USC, he could make USC a pretty good contender again. That's a team I got my eye on for the Urban Meyer watch next season. Plus he over there at Fox Sports working with Reggie Bush. So yeah, I'm sure Reggie Bush, once Clay Helton's seat get higher and higher, Reggie Bush gonna start putting a little bit of that in his ear. What's up, Central Texan? Appreciate you tuning into the live feed, yo. Let's see. What's up, Sports Live in the ATL? Appreciate you tuning into the live feed, man. Appreciate it, man. I will, yo. And hey, everyone, who's Braves fans, Falcons fans, y'all follow Sports Live in the ATL. Y'all go check out his channel. Give his channel a subscribe, yo. He has very good content on his channel, also, yo. Let's see. Hey, ATL is great being a Braves fan right now. Chop on. Yeah, it is, yo. It is, man. I just wish the Nationals stopped winning. like, I just wish the Nationals stopped winning, man. Because I feel like by us going on this 8 game win streak, that we'd have had about a 9 or 10 game lead, But it's just 5.5 now, man. But the good thing is we play the Nationals, I think like 7 more. We got a 4 game set at home, and then we got a 3 game set over there. So if we win those 2 series or at least split that 4 game series, we should take the NL East. And like I said, with the Nationals leading the wild card and they win that wild card game, whether it's against the Cubs, Cardinals, Mets, Phillies, or whoever, I love for us playing the Cardinals or the Cubs or somebody like that in the NLDS and let the Dodgers deal with the Nationals, yo. So I think the Braves are in a great spot right now, yo. Let's see. We have letdowns versus the bad teams. Jays and White Sox can smack us if we don't focus. I agree, yo, but I think we're gonna be okay against those teams, man. I think yesterday was just a weird situation. The fact that we gotta fly way on the West Coast to play one game, you know, in the afternoon and then get ready to fly away to Toronto. Now, not to make no excuses, we still had opportunities in that game, but you're not gonna win them all. But yeah, we got to take care of these bad teams, man. We got to beat the Blue Jays both games, yo. We got to win both games against the Blue Jays, yo, and then take care of the White Sox. It'll be nice to sweep them, but at least take 2 out of 3 against them, yo. This Clemson 2020 recruiting class is stacked. DJ, I can't say his name. Miles Burford, Brian Beast, Fred Davis, DeMarcus Bowman. They trying to build a dynasty. I feel like they already have a dynasty over there, yo. The fact that they playing in a conference that's just can't compete with them at all right now, yo. Alabama wins the SEC almost every year, but at least Alabama has to sweat a little bit, man. Alabama have to deal with LSU. Alabama have to deal with Auburn. They have to deal with Texas A&M. They have to deal with Georgia, Florida. Clemson ain't got nobody over there to deal with. The only team that maybe give them a little scare is what, Syracuse. Syracuse is the only team that really plays them very tough, yo. But besides that, like Clemson ain't been having no scares lately. And they had Florida State over there, but Florida State has kind of fell off the mat a little bit. So, it's the ACC has turned into the Clemson Invitational. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they with the recruiting classes that they get, yeah, yo, they got a real shot, man. What's up, Brandon Reese? Appreciate you tuning into the live feed, my friend. How do you feel? How do you feel like has more to prove this year, Gus Malzahn or Jim Harbaugh? That's yo, but I'm gonna say Jim Harbaugh because at least with Gus Malzahn has played for a national championship as a coach. He's won a national championship as an offensive coordinator. And he has the alibi to a certain extent that he's in the SEC. Jim Harbaugh, man, like he better win this year, man. I don't appreciate him coming at the SEC like he did too, talking about all the as the cheaters over the SEC are the cheaters. Like after Florida smacked him around 41-15, yo. He better win. He got Ohio State at home. Urban Meyer is gone. Ohio State coming in with a new coach, a talented but new quarterback. Yo, he better win this year, man. Me personally, I don't really care for him, but I think Harbaugh's seat is a little higher, yo. For the simple fact he hasn't done anything at Michigan so far. Let's see. If I remember, you are a Eagles fan, Dugas. Well, week 2 you will lose. I will be at the game. Go Falcons. I will say this. I'm jealous for one that you gonna be at that game. Have a great time, man. That should be an electric atmosphere. And trust me, there will be a lot of Eagles fans in Atlanta for that game too, yo. Best believe it. Eagles fans, we travel. So best believe they will have plenty of Eagles fans there. And will we lose? I don't think we lose. Now I will say this: Atlanta is a dangerous team. That's a dangerous situation. Playing them on the road in their dome, prime time is their home opener. It's not gonna be an easy game, but I mean, I could see us potentially dropping that one, but I believe my Birds gonna get it done that week though. But enjoy yourself at that game, man. I'm kind of jealous of that on the low, yo. What's up, Jordan, Kama, Pina? I apologize if I said your name wrong. Appreciate you tuning into the live feed, yo. LSU and Florida finally gonna be back in the real Dead Valley. Yes. Um, I work with a Florida Gators fan, and I was telling them that like, yo, it's gonna feel good to finally play y'all at home, man. I know it's been 2 seasons, but it felt like we played at the swamp for like 5 years in a row, man. It will be great to get them at Dead Valley and let Felipe Franks deal with that type of car we gonna have that evening, yo. Who had a rougher last 2 years than DeMarcus Cousins, homie? Oh, that was bad. That was bad, man. Like, think about where Cousins was to where he at now, yo. DeMarcus Cousins was in New Orleans, an all-star starter, arguably the best offensive big man in basketball, balling with Anthony Davis, on his way to being a max contract player, yo. Tears his ACL. Then going into a free agent or going into free agency. Then he basically, there's reports he denies it, but the Pelicans say like, hey, we offered him 20 million a year. And he took 5 million a year from Golden State, I guess, to supposedly prove himself or win a championship or whatever. Then he goes to the cheat team and still doesn't win a championship, man. Then he goes like free agency come and nobody is offering him any type of money. Nobody wants to sign him. Then the Lakers give him basically a veteran minimum type of deal. Then he looks like he got himself in a little shape, look like he trimmed down, and then he tears his ACL, man. Man, that's just bad for him, man. If DeMarcus Cousins came out and said, "Look, I'm retiring from basketball," like Andrew Luck did, I would understand because it's just like that got to be frustrating, man. But yeah, man, he's falling on real hard times, man. Unfortunately for him, yo. Very happy to see how well Coach O has done. As a UF fan, I thought they were being loyal to a native. Now I'm scared to play LSU because that they have come condition. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie to anybody, man. When we first gave Coach O the job, I thought we was just being lazy. I thought it was like a lazy approach. It was an emotional decision, because of the fact that he struggled as a head coach at Ole Miss. And you had a guy like Tom Herman out there, which I do believe that Tom Herman's like agent used LSU as leverage to make sure that Texas deal get done because that was his ideal job. But he's done a great job, man. Now this year gonna be interesting because this is the best team he's had since he's been the head coach, yo. So we got to see how he handles the position of being a favorite. But he's done a great job, man, with recruiting. He pays attention to detail. He's one of our own, so he gets it. He understands it. He knows what the fan base is looking for. And he doesn't shy away from the problems like losing he knows we have to beat Alabama and he understands like look, to beat them we got the skilled players to play with them. Is the difference is look at the last few years, they've had first round draft picks on the offensive and defensive line. LSU hasn't had that in like a few years. All our first round draft picks been like people, running backs, receivers, tight ends, lineback. I mean, not tight ends, secondary people, linebackers, but it hasn't been on the defensive line and the offensive line. So, and that's what he's recruiting. So I think he's done a magnificent job, man, and I think he's done a great job letting his coordinators coach, unlike Gus Malzahn does. He understands like, hey, I'm gonna be the CEO, I'm gonna be the head guy, but I'm gonna let the smart people do their job. So I appreciate him doing that. And yeah, yo, I'm looking forward to that Florida matchup, man. I know they didn't look great Saturday, but I think Florida has a good, very good, talented team. Now I will say I'm not a big believer in Felipe Franks. No, I'm not gonna lie, but we're gonna see. It was one game, so we're gonna see if he can improve. Let's see. What's up, Dwayne RTR? Yo, appreciate you tuning into the live feed again, yo. Vandy running back Keshawn Vaughn said, oh, hold on. Let's see. Keshawn Vaughn said they're running the score up on Georgia last time. Vandy trash talk Bama beat them 59. I don't know why these guys. I mean, I guess they trying to hype themselves up or trying to hype their fan base up. I understand. Probably nobody on that team wants to beat Georgia more than he does. They at home is it's a prime time game. The little bit of fans they gonna have over there gonna be fired up for that game. Vanderbilt is a little more talented this year than they have been in years past, yo. They, like I said, they're at home, but they're not beating Georgia, man. And I do remember that. Alabama game where they like, oh, I was one of their linemen. Oh, after they barely beat what, a 6-6 Kansas State team, they up there talking crazy about Ben. I remember watching that game. It was like, oh, I forgot what the score was in like the first quarter. But I mean, these guys at these small schools, man, that's basically their Super Bowl. They're not gonna play for no college football playoff. They're not gonna play for no SEC championship. So whenever they get one of these big bad top five teams come into their building, into their place, they emotional, they want to win, so they hype themselves up and hype the fans up, which they might get them in trouble. Let's see. I don't believe for a second Urban Cryer has all those illnesses that he makes up. Half of those illnesses don't even exist. That's a good one. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about if he don't feel bad, but I don't think it's bad enough to where he got to retire. I'll say that. I do, but Urban Meyer going. My bold prediction is Urban Meyer gonna end up at USC, man. I really believe after this season, Urban Meyer is gonna end up at USC, yo. USC is. I think that's a perfect marriage for them two. On the West Coast, a historic program, a weak conference like as of now, yo. And if he go over there, he could dominate over there. He want to go somewhere he could dominate, yo. And I think he got a chance to really do some big things at USC if he go over there. But he gonna coach again, trust me. Man, I would laugh so hard if Vandy beats Georgia. You wouldn't be the only one, yo. You would be the only one. And I mean, Vandy could make it competitive for a little while. Like Keyshawn Vaughn is a very, very good running back, and they got more talent over there than they normally have. But I mean, Georgia's just too talented, man. I think for like a quarter, quarter and a half, the fact that they're at home, I think they can make it a competitive game. But yeah, I don't think they'll beat Georgia. But who knows? We'll see. When I'll be over there at Death Valley Saturday, I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that school. Vandy has a very good defense, tight end and running back. They are not beating Georgia, but yeah, I agree. Like I agree, yo. They're more talented. Vandy could be able this year, and they could hold some people down defensively. I think they're gonna make the game close early on from the fact that Georgia has so much inexperienced wide receivers that early on the emotion of the stadium, the emotion of the players, they're gonna be fired up, yo. They're gonna try to hit Georgia right in the mouth, but it's hard to sustain that to play off of strictly emotion against a much more talented team for a 60-minute football game. So like, yeah, it would be funny. I could see that game being close, like at halftime being like a one possession game or something like that. But overall, Georgia just too talented for Vanderbilt. And I think they pull away. Let's see. What's up, Stat Six Ton? Appreciate you tuning into the live feed. And yes, Clemson's 2020 class is insane. Clemson is just an insane program altogether, yo. And them in Alabama got a real rivalry going on, man. Hopefully LSU could interfere with that this season and put themselves in their shoes. But yeah, we're gonna see, yo. He doing it's time for us, Clemson and Georgia, to get blown out this week, right? Nah, I doubt. I doubt all three of those teams should win, yo. Your thoughts on how long Harbaugh will stay in Ann Arbor, Michigan, if he doesn't beat Ohio State or make it to a Big Ten championship game? That's a great question. It's funny because I don't think it all depends on if he wants to go to the NFL or not. I don't think I don't think Michigan will fire him for the simple fact that they really believe in him, and plus he's an alum. Um, if they beat everybody, say they beat everybody but Ohio State, and get fall short and go to like a New Year's Six bowl game, obviously they won't fire him, but they will. People gonna be very upset with him, yo. Especially like he runs his mouth so much, man. I mean, Harbaugh just constantly running his mouth, man. So like, yeah, I don't. I think if I had to guess, yo, I'll say a couple. I'll say he'll stay there as long as he wants. I think people he gonna beat everybody else, even if he lose to Ohio State. It's kind of like Les Miles for all those years, yo. Les Miles just kept losing to Bama, kept losing to Bama, but he would beat everybody else. When we started losing to everybody, to the Arkansas and Mississippi States and all those schools, that's when his seat got really, really, really hot. So for Harbaugh, seat to get a little hot, he got to lose like 3 or 4 games, which I don't think he'll do. And LSU is losing 110-3. If we lose to Georgia Southern 110-3, man, I'll personally I'll walk on the interstate with nothing but a sign saying that I'm a dummy. I don't know anything. Syracuse is a basketball school. Hey, they mostly known for basketball. I agree, but Syracuse got a solid football team, man. Syracuse the only team in that ACC that's been giving them, you know, any set Clemson any type of trouble. Last year Clemson had to come from behind to beat them. 2 years ago they beat Clemson over there in that dome, yo, and they get them in that dome again this season, which I don't think they beat them obviously, but Syracuse is starting to do a little thing in football. Sarcasm, yeah, I know. That was funny though. Gotta go, Dugas. I will keep watching. Go Braves. Appreciate it, Sports Live in the ATL and go Braves, yo. Chop on. What's up, Jazzy Prince 333? Appreciate you tuning into the live. College football is back, baby. Yes, it is, yo. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to LSU. I'm actually going to the LSU game this Saturday. I'm really looking forward to that, yo. Seeing how we look. Granted, I know it's against a lesser opponent, but it's still gonna be great to go out there in Death Valley, go out there in this in the atmosphere. And also while I'm there, yo, checking out, seeing scores from other games, seeing how everybody else doing, yo. BDS according to the mentally ill. Did you read my comments after? Let's see. Why is everyone high on Auburn? Because their defense. Auburn has a very, very, very good defense this year. Especially a defensive front. Auburn should have the best defensive front in college football this season. So that's basically the main reason why everybody high on them. I'm a little high. I think Auburn could finish third in the SEC West this season, which is a solid season. It ain't the type of season that Auburn fans want to have, but I think it's a solid season, yo, considering the fact that they're gonna be starting a true freshman quarterback. I'm curious. Like I said, I'm gonna record that Auburn and Oregon game, yo. I won't see it live because I'll be at the LSU game, but I'll be keeping up with the score while I'm in the stadium, and then I'll record and watch the game like as soon as I get back home, yo. But I think Auburn has a chance to be pretty good this season. They get maybe 7 wins. Hey, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I think they win. I think they may get closer to 9, but 8 or 9 or whatever. But yeah. I mean, I could see that. But they're a good team, man. They're a good team. They solid this year, yo. Let's see. I said that Texas beat. Oh, Texas wish they'll beat us 110-3. I mean, nah. That is funny, yo. That is funny. Now, if I say Clemson gonna beat Alabama 110-3, I will be wrong and I'll be a hater. Even though that score was close to being 110-3 last year when Clemson beat them. But hey, I'm just saying, yo. Let's see. I think Gus gets the boot after this season, maybe mid-season. Yeah, if they get off to a slow start, I definitely agree. I think that Gus Malzahn will be relieved of his duties at Auburn. And I feel like Auburn fans are ready to get him out of there. Like they want Auburn fans feel like they got to make it to the college football playoff, or at least a New Year's Six bowl, and that freshman quarterback looks great for them to feel like, okay, we could keep rolling with Gus Malzahn. Auburn is tough at these SEC schools, man. It's a lot of expectations. So that's what's pretty crazy, yo. What's your thoughts on Calvin Joseph transferring to UK? I wish him well. It's unfortunate for us to lose such a talented corner, but he's not a starter. It's probably was a little prideful thing when you have a true freshman like Derek Stingley Jr. come in and you've already been here a year, come in and take your spot. I'm sure he came to LSU seeing that Greedy Williams was a junior, and Greedy Williams was going to leave early for the draft. So I know he felt like, okay, once Greedy Williams enters the draft, it'll be me and Christian Fulton holding down the starting cornerback spots. But this freshman Derek Stingley Jr. is the real deal. He's a true freshman and he's starting day one as an outside corner. So Kelvin Joseph wants a chance to play. So I think that's a good spot for him. I think he'll be, if not he'll be one of the most talented cornerbacks, if not the most talented cornerback they have. So he's gonna get a lot of playing time. He's still in the SEC, so he's gonna go up against really good skilled players, at the Georgias and Floridas of the world. So I understand it. It's today's college football, man. If you add a school and you don't play initially and you don't really, you know, make an impact as soon as you want. Most of these guys transfer and go to different schools. So, I understand it. He pretty much does what, most of the young men do nowadays. Maybe we're all gonna pay the rest, right? Hey, we'll see, yo. Let's see. Texas is definitely in making strides with a broken program. However, they are not beating LSU. I agree. They're doing better. I think Tom Herman is doing a really good job with the Longhorns, and he preseason top 10 team. He helped them. They won the Sugar Bowl last year, but I just think LSU is too good for them this season. Whether it's on the road or not. But we'll see. What's up, Big Pain? Appreciate you tuning into the live feed. And yes, our Philadelphia Eagles are going to the bowl. Yes, we are. Let's see. Saban retires. Urban Meyer hold my. Oh man. No, I doubt. Nah. Man, you just made my stomach turn with that comment. Got to deal with Nick Saban all these years, then in come Urban Meyer. Nah, bro. But I don't think Urban Meyer, as much as kind of shiesty stuff he do, I don't think Urban Meyer will stoop that low. I think, I really think Urban Meyer, if he come back coaching, he run into that Pac-12, yo. He see a chance that if he goes to a school like USC with the resources and the talent in that California, the state of California, he could do his thing over there. He could have another Ohio State type of turnaround over there. So I really believe that he's gonna end up over there, yo. Let's be honest, the only team that can realistically in is Texas A&M. Jimbo Fisher is a great coach. I believe he'll bring the Aggies a title or two. That is a very, very, very intriguing game, yo. Texas A&M and Clemson. Obviously I do pick Clemson to win, but I mean Texas A&M almost knocked them off last year, yo. And I think Texas A&M is a better team this year. What really makes it intriguing is the fact that with Kellen Mond and Jimbo calling the shots, Texas A&M could put up points. And Clemson, yes, they're very talented, they're very deep, they're very experienced, but a lot of their experienced players and talent is coming back offensively. Defensively, Clemson lost some people early on. Week two game, a big game. Texas A&M could put up a few points on them over there, yo. Clemson plays Georgia Tech Thursday night, and I'll be watching them pretty closely on Thursday night, yo. But yeah, like they could be had, yo. I think Clemson wins it in a close game, but Texas A&M has a chance to really make this a very competitive statement win for Jimbo if he could potentially pull off that shocker, yo. Let's see. BTS, I will pay TO off to close up shop. I pay him to call in the Uncle Lou show. Let's see. Danny Sheridan picked LSU to beat Bama this year. He also said Bama loses 3 games. He also picked UF to win it all. Yeah, I don't know about it. Now LSU can beat Bama. Despite what all the Alabama fans say, LSU can beat Bama this year, yo. But Bama not losing 3 games, man. Like that ain't no way. I would be just completely floored if Alabama was to somehow lose 3 games this season, yo. That ain't happening, yo. But LSU could beat Bama now. Despite what people say, LSU has a chance to knock off Bama this season, yo. Let's see. What's up, Richard Hall? Appreciate you tuning into the live feed. A team you think may be taking a step back this season. And I'm assuming you're talking about NFL. I say the Chicago Bears. I think the Chicago Bears take a step back this season. I know they got an exciting rookie running back in Montgomery. I know they got most of their personnel defensively back. I just think they take a step back, man. They was running a great scheme over there with Vic Fangio, yo. And now he's the head coach of the Denver Broncos. Plus, I think the Green Bay Packers are going to be a lot better this season, and I think the Minnesota Vikings will play a little better this season than they did last year. So I just think those teams will like kind of be battling for the NFC North once again. So I think the Chicago Bears will be a team that take a little bit of a step back this season. Who do you think has more to prove? Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, Jim. Yeah, I said Jim Harbaugh, yo. I think we lack depth at DB. We got three true freshmen behind Christian Fulton and Derek Stingley Jr. Yeah, we do have some real inexperienced cornerbacks behind them, which is why I hated to see Calvin Joseph go. Especially the fact that he played like a little bit last season, but if we stay healthy, if those guys stay healthy out there, and it's a little unfortunate because Christian Fulton, does have a history of being a little nicked up. But I think if Fulton and Stingley and Kerry Vincent in the slot, I think if they stay healthy, we should be all right at in the cornerback position. I think we kind of deep at safety, but yeah, we are a little thin at the cornerback spot. But if those guys stay healthy this year, hopefully, we'll be okay. Gus hands down. Yeah, Gus seat is hot also, yo. But now I'm gonna say this: Gus has a more realistic chance of being fired than Jim Harbaugh. But I think Harbaugh is under more pressure, to win this season because he can't get that Ohio State monkey off of his back. Let's see, Gronkowski or Luck, who you got seeing coming out of retirement? That's a great question. Um, I'll say that's a great question. I'm gonna say Gronk. I'm gonna say Gronk. With Luck, it seemed a little more serious. With Luck, it seemed like this is even though Gronk was completing retirement too before he actually retired. But I'll say Luck for the simple fact that not only he talked about how he just doesn't like being injured at all, and I know Gronk doesn't also, but it ended kind of bad with Luck with the coach, man, with the fan base, man. The fact that those fans was just booing him the way they was and getting on him the way they was, I think made it a little unfortunate. Gronk, you still kind of see Gronk hanging around. You see him catching passes in Tom Brady's yard from Tom Brady's still. You you seen him celebrating with the team still. I think Gronk has a better chance of coming out of retirement before Andrew Luck does. Michigan just got gifted Meyer leaving. Yeah, they did, and that's why Urban Meyer is under a lot of pressure to beat. I mean, not Urban Meyer, Jim Harbaugh. I'm sorry, is under a lot of pressure to beat Ohio State this season with Urban Meyer not being there. So yeah, he got and they at home, so he got to get it done, yo. Let's see. Lucky's done guy is very smart. Ivy League school. He has too many options available. I agree. Also, That's a great point. Also, like I think Luck will do a lot of business type of things off the field and get paid. And not to say Gronk not a smart guy and don't have opportunities, but I see Luck just seems a little more serious. Like it seems like it's just like I got an idea of what I want to do and I'm gonna be successful at it. Whereas Gronk is like Gronk still kind of give you that vibe that he's having good time. He want to have a lot of fun with the fame that he has and the fact that he's still kind of young. Off the field, and maybe when he gets a little bored, then maybe you could see him going back out there and playing out there playing a little bit. I'll admit LSU has a chance. but they'd have a much better chance in Death Valley than Tuscaloosa. Also, we're the only team that can consistently walk in Death Valley and not be intimidated. I'm gonna say this, man. In a weird way, LSU out of all the teams, LSU actually plays Alabama better in Tuscaloosa than they play them in Death Valley. In a weird, and I know that's weird, but I never even back in the day, like before Nick Saban got at Alabama. When they had Mike Shula over there was the coach, and then the guy before him. LSU always played Alabama better in Tuscaloosa than they did in Death Valley for some reason. LSU doesn't lose in Tuscaloosa 29 nothing. LSU doesn't get shut out in Tuscaloosa. The last two times we played in Death Valley, 10 nothing and 29 nothing. We played in Tuscaloosa, we at least scored. So it's like, yeah, I think LSU plays Alabama better in Tuscaloosa in a weird way, yo. Let's see. I was happy to see LSU beat. That was the last year. I was awful happy to see the Vols beat Auburn. Yeah, it was fun beating Georgia last season, man. Especially coming in our stadium running this fake field goal like they about to just beat us 55 to nothing or something like that, man. I still get agitated when I think about that fake field goal, yo. What are you gonna do if UGA goes for another fake and loses? I'ma just shake my head and say, you know what, that's on them. Kirby ain't learned nothing. Like Kirby better stop going out there and and trying to beat people with all his trickery and beat them straight up. He has the talent to do it. Do you think there's a chance that two SEC teams get into the playoffs again last year? I absolutely do think that. If Alabama, let's say, goes, undefeated and LSU loses one game only to Alabama in a close game, I definitely think you will see LSU and Alabama in the college football playoff, yo. Because that means you got LSU beating teams like Florida, you got LSU beating teams like Auburn, you got LSU beating Texas on the road, you got them beating A&M at home. So yeah, you can't leave them out if they lost only one, competitive game on the road to Alabama. So yeah, if LSU goes 11-1, but Bama goes like 12-0, 13-0, I definitely think you'll see two SEC teams in the college football playoff again. Does anyone see Jake Fromm going pro? They let the future transfer for a mediocre guy. I think he does. Right now, if you look at like Mel Kiper and like Todd McShay and all of those draft big boards. Jake Fromm's a first round quarterback. He's like middle, he's not like in the top five or top 10, like guys like Justin Herbert and all them, and like Justin Herbert and Tua and all those guys. But, he's like the third quarterback in the draft class next season. So if he's gonna be a first round quarterback, I definitely think that, he does go to the NFL. The fact that he tried to do it in the SEC championship on the 50-yard line in a tie ball game had me shaking my head. Not only in a tie ball game, but the fact that Alabama was moving the ball. Like Jalen Hurts had coming in and he was hot, and Alabama was moving the ball in that situation, when a team has all the momentum like that, you know, granted Hurts played well, but why not make Hurts go further down the field instead of giving him the ball right there? Make him pin them deep, try to pin them inside the 10-yard line, make Alabama go over 90 yards to get in the end zone. So I don't know. Kirby just, he just comes out with a little, he's done a great job at Georgia. I must say he has done a great job over there. So maybe that's gotten to his head a little bit, and he feels like he could do things that don't make absolutely no sense because he's that much believes he believes in his team. So I felt like the key to him, man, is just going out there and letting it rip. Play teams straight up, man. Honestly, as me being an LSU fan, I know it worked out more than it didn't. I wasn't a huge fan of Les Miles doing all the fake field goals and the fake punts and all this other stuff, man. because I felt like, man, we could beat team. We got enough talent to beat teams straight up. You know. Now in some cases I agree with it. Like, yeah, that's a good thing to do. But for most cases, man, beat these teams straight up, yo. Let's see. Kirby gets too conservative in close games. Yeah, you could tell when the games get close, he gets a little tight, yo. USA basketball productions going into FIBA World Cup. Yeah, I seen they lost the other night to Australia with them guys like Patty Mills and all those guys. It's funny because Greg Popovich coaches the USA and Patty Mills is on the Spurs and went out there and beat them, yo. I know a lot of people up and on like, oh, they went lose to this team and this and that, but I mean, it's too much. It's too dominant when all our great stars play, man. I like it like this, man. Let the young guys like the Kimber Walkers and all those young Jason Tatum's and all those young guys go out there and play. It's gonna make the Olympics next season more competitive and more fun. Cause yeah, man, I don't mind it, but yeah, they getting off. They about to get into the FIBA thing, so we gonna see. Even if it works, the Mad Hatter doesn't work in the SEC. It worked for a while because we had so much talent. But, Georgia, not to say Georgia don't have enough talent or have all those things there. Part of it, Les Miles got lucky a lot, man. Let's just call it what it is, man. I'm gonna just be honest. A lot of times we got extremely fortunate, yo. Extremely fortunate. There was a lot of games that we should have lost, but we found ways to win, yo. And by the way, I wish him all the best luck in the world over there at Kansas, yo. I've noticed that faking it every once in a while does actually prevent field goals and fake and punt blocks. It does, but you gotta pick and choose your moments, man. If it's me personally, if I would try, I feel like the second or third, I'll say the third quarter is like a perfect time to try something like that. The first quarter is too early in the game. The fourth quarter is too late in the game. Second quarter, you trying to put up points before the half. I feel like if you're gonna try a fake field goal or a fake punt, I think the third quarter is the time to really try to get it in there, yo. But doing it against LSU, the first drive of the game, like no, bro. Or doing it against Alabama in the fourth quarter of a tied ball game, like that's just a bit much, yo. Football has evolved and changed. Les Miles refused to change with the job, and it cost him his job. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree, yo. Let's see. Well, all right, y'all. Let me see the Braves actually about to get started in a little bit, man. I forgot I came on an hour later, yo. I appreciate everybody tuning into the live feed, man. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Everyone who's subscribed to me, I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love, y'all, you guys, you ladies and gentlemen, motivate me to keep doing this thing. And for everyone who just tuned in, I appreciate you checking it out. I will be live again next Tuesday. I may do it this time next Tuesday again, yo. I may go at 5 p.m. Central again next Tuesday, yo. Since I got a couple of things kind of going on next week. Um, Appreciate y'all tuning in to the live, man. It was another successful show. College football for everybody is starting this Saturday, yo. I can't wait. I'm excited. I will be for everyone who's going. I will be at the LSU game Saturday. I'm gonna try to go live over there, man. I might try to go live a little bit, while I'm at the pregame festivities, and I'll try to go live after, yo. Appreciate everyone tuning in, yo. Good luck to everybody's college team this week as everybody gets started. Um, and I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all next week, man. And y'all check out the videos throughout the week, yo. Y'all have a blessed one.